The big flush. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard Bubba's Daily Update, and I guess we could say today was the big flush as they just pounded relentlessly after being once again lower overnight, rallying this morning, and then selling off hard, making one rally attempt, and then flush-a-rooney, and they just got clobbered. The Dow was down over 600, the NASDAQ was down over 300. The biggest story has been the story of the whole trade has been the Russell down 600 points in the futures. That is one of the biggest moves I've seen, and I can't tell you how long. This is as ugly as it gets. Now, what does it all mean? It first of all means that if you're an investor, don't panic. Okay, if you're an investor, if you're hedged, you'll be happy. But if you're a regular investor that has no hedge on or whatever, hey, relax. We'll get a rally out of this. We'll have a better opportunity. Do not panic. Do not hit the sell button first thing in the morning. Most likely, this selling will have some follow through into the morning. We'll see again with this overnight trade. It does change a few of the dynamics, but I would certainly expect to see a little bit of follow through. But again, I also would expect to see now a big dead cat bounce. We broke through all the levels as we talked about. At 2,700 in the S&P was key. Got clobbered, went through it like a hot knife through butter. So what we're really looking for here now is, as we've said all along, we've been saying we want to sell rallies. Well, this is what you're seeing now. So the next big rally, and there'll be a big rally in the next day or two, there'll be one of those rip your face off, up about 400, 500, 600, whatever it is, and that's the rallies that we're looking to sell. When they look so good that you say, how can I not be in? Those are the ones you want to look to be sellers of. It was just really just ugly. I mean, the volume was heavy. The VIX was kind of mild all day, and then all of a sudden the VIX started to take off. So if you remember what I tell you all the time, is watch the VIX. That gives you a good idea of what's going to happen next. The bonds were kind of stagnant, and somebody actually emailed me during the day and said, how come the bonds aren't going up with all this selling? And sure enough, late in the day, the bonds took off a little bit to the upside. You saw a reversal in oil. Okay, oil was much higher. It should have been down anyways, but it was higher on a bearish report. But then it did end up selling off late in the day, and of course that's testing lows. Gold was lower, came back to be flat to unchanged. So we're seeing a major push down here now, and of course this is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been looking for. The dollar was strong, okay? The grains were weak today, but not that bad. Wheat was really weak, and of course we like wheat, but we said it was going to break out. Unfortunately, we thought it would break to the upside. It broke to the downside. But it did have a late day rally that pushed it back over $5, so let's see if that will hold. The meats were very strong. Fats and feeder cattle were up a little bit, but the hogs were up the limit. So again, I'm telling you and I'm saying to you, please do not panic. This is not the time to get nervous. If you're an investor and this is money that you can afford and you put in, you didn't margin yourself to get in here, we will get some movement. And remember, the markets do go up 8% year over year. We did say that the markets would go lower on the year. They are now lower across the board on the year, and we expect this to continue. I would not be surprised to see by the end of the year the market's down around 10%. Okay. Now again, I don't expect to see a replay of '08 yet, but I do expect to see, before this sell-off is all said and done, a 20 to 25, maybe to 30% haircut before it all gets done. But again, watch the dollar. You can see that the dollar and the bonds continue to tell a lot of the story. And we're going to see a continuation of this selling. And again, right now, until further notice, we are sellers of rally. We broke all key support levels in all the indexes. And as we have said each and every day, there are being more new lows being made every day than new highs. What does that tell us? It tells us that there's a lot of sellers out there and there's a lot of bearish sentiment out there. And that's what we would expect to continue to see. We know that Boeing had great earnings today, and the stock was up about 16 bucks, ended up 3 or 4, but up about $3 or $4 before it was all said and done. Microsoft came out after the close, originally sold off, rallied, had great earnings, but again, these markets are priced for perfection. It's hard to continue to meet when you have these raising these expectations, like jumping over the limbo bar. So again, we look for more of this to continue. We look for the selling to continue. I thought it interesting today that the cryptocurrency world was slightly higher. Okay, so I think that shows that that's where some strength in. So we're looking at gold and cryptos and silver as a possible place to park some money. Again, we like the agricultural space to park some money. That's our theory is that the money will flow out of the market and into agriculture, into gold, and into some of the crypto world. So that's how we'll continue to play it. We'll continue to watch and look for it that way, because that's really what the markets are telling us. Again, remember, if you listen to the market will give you a better and a higher probability chance of being correct. So relax, don't panic, learn to look to pick a spot. If you want to get short the market, do not try to sell it into the hole. Look for a rally to sell into. That's the way I see it. We expect to see a little bit more selling in the morning. We'll see how it all plays out. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Daily Update. Todd, Bubba Horwitz, and of course, I want to remind you we did a hedging webinar on Saturday. If you'd like to get a recording of that, we will be happy to send it out to you. Just email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. And of course, don't forget to check out our high school program, highschoolinvesting.com. If you'd like to help us, Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We will see you back here tomorrow on Bubba's Daily Update. And again, remember, keep calm and trade on. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.